car. Chicks dig the car.
This is why Superman works alone.
Hi, this is Trepacer, and welcome to my Saturday reviews. Continuing my tradition, I have two movies that I'll be reviewing for you. The first one is Justice League War, and the second one is, Tom Hanks' Captain Phillips. Excuse me. I have some water here. My throat. I just made a video and I talked a lot, so my throat is a little parched. Excuse me. Okay, let's go Justice League War first. Okay, this is based on, Jeff Johns and Jim Lee's story in the New 52, which I'm a big fan of. If you check my videos, my comic, I don't do my comic updates like I used to. But back then, I reviewed a lot of Justice League 52, the New 52. Okay, and this movie is basically with the Justice League coming together to fight an alien invasion. That's basically what the story is. But I love the way it plays out in this story. Green Lantern was voiced by Justin Kirk, and Batman voiced by Jason O'Mara. In this, they kind of individually discover these aliens these aliens are coming to the planet, and they're planning these devices. Okay, and they're trying to figure out what it is, and of course, individually they're trying to figure it out. But then they come together. But what I love about this movie is specifically Green Lantern in this movie is a scream. You know, was the Hal Jordan version. Excuse me, in this. And to say he's a bit of a jerk is an understatement. He's a bit of a jerk, okay, and arrogant, okay, to the point where he thinks that he can't be beat. Okay, first, he teams up with Batman at first, and of course he doesn't believe, of course that everybody doesn't believe Batman is real. Excuse me. So when he sees Batman, of course he acts superior and basically thinks Batman's a jerk. Okay, and then while they're investigating these two things, you see also at the same time you have the Flash, voiced by Christopher Gorman in this. He's investigating to the point he even drops off one of these devices that they find to Star Labs, where a scientist, Silas Stone, is, who's with a group of scientists. They're actually trying to discover what this thing is. Now, Silas Stone has a son named Victor Stone, voiced by Shamar Moore, who's basically a high school football star, and he wants his father, Silas Stone, to come visit him in his games, but his father always thinks that Victor's games are beneath him, and he basically, even though Victor holds a seat for him, he doesn't show up. Okay, but who does show up at this game is a young kid, Billy Batson, okay, who actually sneaks into the stadium to watch his favorite player, which is Victor Stone, play. Okay, and Billy Batson, of course, is an orphan, okay, who lives in a group home, and he's also Shazam at the same time. And then you also have, at the same time, you have Wonder Woman, who's basically the ambassador from Themyscira. I think it was, I forget that, I butchered that name. Themyscira? Yeah, that's the place where, and she's basically with Steve Trevor, and they're about to visit the White House. Of course, you have people protesting at the White House, protesting her, but I love the characterization of Wonder Woman, who's voiced by Michelle Monaghan in this movie. She's a warrior in this movie, and she has a different costume than the traditional costume, and she carries around a sword, and she also has the same powers and stuff. And basically, like I said, then you also have Superman, which is voiced by Alice Tudek in this movie. He's also investigating these things. And basically, this movie is basically them coming together individually. Of course, there's misunderstandings, and they fight a little bit against each other. Okay, but then they come together to fight, to discover what this alien invasion is all about. And of course, this alien invasion is all about Darkseid, okay, who's basically coming to Earth to terraform. You know, he's sending these creatures, you know, to the planet to come to the planet, and they're gonna basically terraform the Earth and take it over, okay. And of course, you also get the origin of Cyborg in this movie without spoiling it. But in this movie, Victor Stone becomes Cyborg, okay, and it's basically these heroes coming together and teaming up to overcome and fight Darkseid and his minions. And it's a fantastic movie, great movie. Like I said, I read the I had the New 52 comics, and it's a nice representation of, because they replaced because Aquaman is in the original 52 comic book, but they replaced him with Shazam, okay. And this one, you know, it's comic book, but yeah, I wouldn't mind have seen Aquaman, but Shazam was pretty good, and I like the different personalities and how they portray themselves and they come together, and it's really a fun, enjoyable movie. Definitely, I highly recommend. DC does the best animated movies ever, and this movie is fantastic to watch. I absolutely love this, and I'm a little bit biased, but I'm going to give this Justice League War, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I really, really, really enjoyed this movie, Justice League War, and I'm looking forward to the next movie. I think it's Son of Batman is the next DC animated movie. But this movie, Justice League War, 8 out of 10. Fantastic. Love the voice work and the animation in this, and how they show the different personalities clashing against each other, and then, of course, coming together to fight Darkseid, and there's great scenes of them fighting Darkseid and stuff, and Batman showing, of course, why he's the smartest guy in the universe. Okay, it's great, fantastic, and highly recommend it, 8 out of 10. And particularly, I love Justin Kirk as Green Lantern. His character is a scream. Okay. Okay, now the next movie is a movie that I had initially, when this first came out, I didn't want to see it. I kind of, you know, I saw the trailer for it, but I didn't have a real interest in this. It stars Tom Hanks as Captain Phillips, you know, in the movie Captain Phillips, and as Captain Phillips, and this is based on a true story of Captain Richard Phillips in the 2009 hijacking of his ship by the Somali pirates. And like I said, when I first initially saw the trailer, I had no interest in seeing this. And when it came out, I didn't go see it because I don't know, for some reason it didn't grab me. But I have to say, was I wrong. I mean, I saw, I think based on the recommendations by JW Universe and other people, they said this movie was excellent. And I watched this this morning, and oh my God, this movie is fantastic. Oh my God, the tension in this movie is fantastic. And basically, like I said, it's a story of this guy, you know, who's the captain, and of course, you know, they tell the captains and stuff that the Somali pirates are hijacking the ship. And I think the way it usually worked, I remember reading about it, that usually what would happen is the hijackers would hijack the ship, and I think sometimes the companies would, you know, pay the ransoming and then they would let the ships go, and they were doing this for a while, and then I think then they start cracking down on it. Okay, but basically this is the story of them, and it's a really good movie, and the tension, and like I said, the tension in this movie is great, because they first, you know, they show you a little bit of the Somali, I guess, you know, back in Somalia, you know, how they basically, you know, I guess they work for a warlord, and they have to go out there and basically capture ships for the warlord and give them, you know, for these big rewards, and basically that's what they have to do. And then they show, you know, Captain Phillips, you know, driving to the boat, and then of course, you know, flying out, and then getting on the ship, and then he's even they show him a little bit doing the little rehearsals in case, the little drills in case, you know, what to do in case the ship get hijacked, and then actually there is a hijacking, and like I said, it's riveting. Once the hijackers get on board, it didn't go the way that I thought it would go. Okay, most of the action takes place, actually, I thought it was going to be on the ship, but it wasn't. It was on the little lifeboat that came after, and after they, you know, basically kidnapped Captain Phillips. Okay, and then most of the action takes place on that little lifeboat that they're on. Okay, he's on basically with the Somalians that kidnapped him, and it's the tension whether you don't know what's going to happen next, and you know they're trying to ransom for money and think they're going to get this big score, and you know, Captain Phillips is trying to plead with them to let him go, that this is not going to end well for them. He's telling them that, and the tension, like I said, you know, the actors, the young foreign actors that play the terrorists or rich Somali pilots are really good, and of course Tom Hanks is excellent as Captain Phillips. He's like I said, the tension in this movie is just riveting, and you don't know what's going to happen next, and this really surprised me how good it was. I mean, like I said, people said it was good, and it really blew me away and had me sitting up watching it, saying, "Oh my God, this," wondering how it's going to end. And it was really, I mean, one of the best movies of last year. I wish I had saw it last year. It definitely was one of the. It really surprised me how good it was, and I definitely can see why people wanted Tom Hanks to be nominated for an Academy Award, because he was absolutely great as this, this captain getting hijacked and trying to basically the fight for survival. And it's a fantastic movie. Again, I highly recommend this movie. One of the best of the year. I would give this a 9 out of 10. That's how riveting I thought it was, with the tension, wondering what's going to happen, and between the terrorists, wondering if you're wondering if they're going to snap and just absolutely kill him, and the tension, you're wondering when he's going to get rescued, and he's thinking he's not going to see his family. It's just, I mean, it keeps you on the edge of your seat, and you absolutely get riveted. And definitely recommend this. 9 out of 10. Definitely recommend Captain Phillips. Okay, and also, like I said, Justice League War. Fantastic adaptation of the New 52 story. Okay, I love the personalities that the different actors portrayed as the different Justice League heroes. Green Lantern, Batman is in it, Superman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Shazam, The Flash, and Green Lantern. And Green Lantern was my favorite. He was so snarky and absolutely funny. He really made the movie for me. Okay, so I definitely give this an 8 out of 10 for Justice League War. Captain Phillips, I give that a 9 out of 10. One of the best movies I've seen. Okay, I wish, like I said, I saw it last year. It was that good to me. Okay, so let me know what you think. If you've seen either or two of these movies, let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below. And this is Trepacer saying so long and take care.